Did 3, 2, 1. All right. So
Yes.
you still have all of the things.
I mean, when you asked me to come on, I was like, I'm bringing all the things. I've got all the things. I've got all the things. And then I said to my man, he was like, can I take you out on a date this weekend? I was like, can I wear my Beyonce clothes?
And he said, yes, ma'am.
He was like, got a little Western dress and your hat? Sure.
Sure. This is Brooke. Brooke did her thing for many, many moons and years on CNN. I did my thing here locally in Atlanta at WSB and the CBS affiliate for many,
I
many
watched
years.
you. Atlanta's my hometown.
I watched you too, girl. I watched you too. It's funny how we do TV and we already feel like we know each other.
For sure.
There's some kind of kindred spirit. So
For
I will
sure.
also admit that my close friend group, sadly, do not have the same love that I have for Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
And so because of that, I always go to Beyonce concerts by myself. And when I get there, there's so many people who are like us, it doesn't matter.
Oh my God. It's family.
But I'm gonna say one thing about you, Miss Ma'am, because I saw you in Atlanta, and you were on what, night 3
I
or
went
4?
to night 2 and 3.
Okay, so we were there night 2 together. Let's talk about what made you want to go night 2 and 3, and then we're gonna talk about Vegas because that's where I wanted to kind of just beat your ass.
Mm.
So go ahead, let's talk about it.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say I have had this moment in my calendar this week, like circled and starred I just feel so seen with you.
Yes,
I just want to
yes.
say that I am such a fan. And now that we
Oh.
have this love, this bond really is very exciting for me. And let's see, the story of Beyonce in my life. Let me just be honest. I kind of came in hard and fast on Lemonade. But I'm, of course, Destiny's Child back in the day. But it wasn't until the Renaissance tour that I saw her live. And that is when I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these folks. I can't really understand them. I'm trying to have love. I'm trying not to dismiss folks who are like, I don't get Beyonce. And I try to open my heart and my aperture because
Not me.
I was you some years ago, them. And I think once I saw her at Renaissance, I got it. She is not a woman. She is a movement. And so to come to Atlanta, my hometown, it was my birthday. And I just wanted to basically drag my man with me. And then my best girlfriend took me. So we joked that it was my Beyonce birthday.
Yeah.
And it just blew me away. I mean, I could say a million things. What was your experience?
Okay, so back when this was many, many years ago, I was going through my cancer journey actually. Yes. And I had gotten through, I think it was chemo, and the guy that I was dating at the time, I don't know if he bought the tickets or somebody had tickets, they couldn't go. So as a gift to me, that's kind of what we did. And I was just like, oh my God, I will never miss a Beyonce concert for the rest of my life. And then of course, when Renaissance came, I just understood how much time, energy that she put into a show, and the feeling that you got being there amongst all the people, the music, and it just felt, for lack of a better word, it just felt good. And it felt like we were in community. And I will say with Cowboy Carter, she took it up another notch, because I thought Renaissance was how do you do better than Renaissance? But yet again, she did even better.
To me, I feel Beyonce in my bones, in my soul.
What about Beyonce resonates with you so much?
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. I think first, just as a woman, what blew me away when I saw her the first time, I knew I truly believe she's the greatest of all time. I truly believe there is no other performer like her on the earth currently. And I love Lady Gaga. I love other folks, but I really believe she is the GOAT. Beyond that, she's a movement. To me, it's she gives women permission to be every combination of like leaning into our strength and fierceness and muscularity, but also soft and sexy, but like a little bit dirty and a little bit nasty and a little bit of everything in between.
Yes.
So I love that about her. And I think especially like for white women who maybe haven't like championed our curves in the same way, or are just, I really admire her for that. And, you know, to be in Atlanta, to be surrounded by so many Black women.
Yes.
Being from Atlanta, I'm used to like it being this powerhouse of like, it's truly a huge Black city, but to be in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I don't think I was really honestly prepared for all the Black women who were around me singing every single word of every song and every in between everything. And I just sat there and I was like, just, I don't know if this, how this sounds. I just was like honored to be a witness, because that is not my background and where I come from. And I felt like honored to be amongst this group of women, also like queer men.
Yes.
Which is, I have so many, you know, I feel like she just gives people permission to not just reclaim, but to be.
Yes.
And for folks who've been othered, marginalized, felt less than by society, it's like you walk into whatever stadium you're in and you belong.
Yes.
And I honor that.
Yes. And we call it in Black vernacular, you were invited to the cookout. So, and that's kind of what it was. And I will admit this too, because I was texting a friend of mine and I was like, oh my God, because the entire day for me was like just a day. I woke up pleasant. Yes. I wanted to make sure my makeup was right. Yes. I picked out like a little black romper. I thought I was doing something with my cowboy boots and my bandana because my hat didn't come in time. Yeah. But when I got there and saw, I was like, oh, baby, I am underwhelming. I am underwhelming. And on top of that, the women were great. Let me tell you, they were all shapes and sizes. In the Atlanta, Georgia, in these LGBTQIA plus streets,
oh,
baby,
my Lord,
they came to the show on a whole different plane.
They came to
it
play.
Was almost like I don't belong here, or there should be like a subgroup, because baby, they were just showing out.
Yes.
Out. Yes. And I think what it is, and it's funny because how we're wearing this, I've got my Beyonce shirt on, you've got your stuff on. I think that there is something in the world, how she shifts community, she shifts the energy, but she also has a way of, in such a time as we are encountering now, she has a way of just bringing people together. And you forget the foolishness, you forget color lines, you forget where we are for those 3+ hours that she performed. And we could just be together and love on each other and, you know, just take her in. So I am withdrawing
100%.
from that feeling.
100%.
You know?
It's rare. We were in rarefied air. And I really believe, because of everything swirling, and we're, you know, we pay attention to all the things, not just in the United States, but around the world.
Yes.
You know, to me, allowing ourselves to sit in this grace and in this greatness for 3 hours, leaning into joy, I believe right now is an act of resistance.
Yes.
It is an act of reclamation, and it is an act of hope. And we need all of that right now, I believe. And I also, there in one of the first like interstitial videos, I wrote it down. It said huge on the screen, never ask permission for something that already belongs to you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. As talented as Beyonce is, to know that there was pushback on her country album, and she's not country, she's not the things, but yet and still she made the most money, 400 million, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Set all the records.
So it's just interesting how, you know, I don't need to ask for permission. You don't need to ask for permission for anything.
That's revenge for paper.
Absolutely.
Can I just say one more thing about that?
Sure.
Because also I feel like, when you go to these shows, and I've been to, other shows, and I really honestly try to avoid stadium shows. They're just too much for me. It's just a lot of folks.
Yes.
But I really believe her fan base reflects who she is.
Yes.
So I sat and watched this show. I went to a couple shows, never done that in my life, but I treated myself. And everyone is so profoundly respectful. You're not coming up against someone who's like wasted and throwing an elbow. Everyone's like, would you like to stand in front of me? Or, everyone's just like polite. And maybe I'm just Southern and I was in the South and everyone was pretty well mannered, but like, everyone was like hooping and hollering. But I just really appreciated the respect.
Yes.
And the family-like atmosphere. We were just all enjoying her. Anyway.
No. I'll expound on that because this time, much like you, I wanted to be on the floor. Like I've seen her in different spaces, but I was like, I want to be on the floor. I want to be right there. So I'm on the floor, and literally I tried to hydrate beforehand because I knew I was going to be dancing the whole time.
Yes.
Now, Brooke, I am a woman of a particular age, okay? So I know I need hydration.
Yes.
I need to sit down from time to time. My feet have done something differently in this area of my life.
Yes.
However, I had my cowboy boots on and my feet were burning, but I could not stop dancing. And there was a girl in front of me. We both knew the words, like word for word. So she and I were just going back and forth. I sat down twice. Because at some point I was dancing so hard.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I feel a little lightheaded. Let me sit down before I fall out.
Yes.
So
yes. I don't know who we think. I stood for the last show in Vegas and she went on so late. I was already standing for 90 minutes before the damn show started. Then she goes on and goes and performs for 3 hours right around Destiny's Child. I swear to God, I was about to pass out. I forgot to eat. I didn't drink enough water, whatever, like 1% people problems. But at the same time, I feel you. And how incredible is it though? I was like, I want to look up her nose. This is what I said to my girlfriend. I was like, if I am going and making all this effort, I don't need fancy handbags anymore. I don't care about fancy. I just want to spend my money on Beyonce and that experience that I will carry in my body and in my heart for forever. And it was the most incredible experience being on the floor.
Okay, back up. So you saw it twice here in Atlanta. What made you want to see it twice?
Twice in Atlanta and then
in Vegas. But I
was not planning on going to Vegas, and I happen to have a girlfriend out here on the West Coast.
Wait a minute, hold on, pause, because you and I were going back and forth because you were like, girl, why am I looking up going to Vegas? And I was like, girl, let me know.
I messaged you.
Because I was like, I will go. And then this heifer turns around and goes to the Vegas. And I was like, this bitch. I mean, bitch in the nicest way.
I take it in the nicest way. I failed you. I took my girlfriend. It was a last minute situation. Obviously, the universe smacked me for not asking you because I showed up to the airport and my flight got canceled. And I was like, let's go. I was like, get going. We have got to get a rental car. Like 5 hours later, Doritos, Nutter Butters, grab the tickets, put on the cowboy boots. We barely made it, but we did.
So tell me what made you want to see it twice in Atlanta and then again in Vegas? Because, I mean, you said it was your birthday. I get that. But what said, okay, I want to see her again? And you saw her on the night she brought Jay out.
I did. I have never ever done anything like this in my life. As we get older and wiser, I knew I wanted to go for my birthday. I thought one show would be enough. And then my best girlfriend was like, I can't make it to that show with you and your man. So why don't I come and I'll bring you a second night? And I just was like, yes. I just said yes. And then I was so moved by all the things we've been talking about, the belonging, the permission giving, the being, the dancing, the singing, the family, Beyonce. And so I just started like flirting with StubHub. I just started to flirt. I just started to like see what was happening. And, I saw a girlfriend and I just like you, I have not been able to stop talking about this experience. I'm not sorry about that. And I just was talking to her over a coffee and I was kind of like, you wouldn't go to Vegas. And she just was in it to win it. And so we bought these tickets. I bought them from this this guy who had seen her. This was his 11th and 12th Cowboy Carter show. And then I'm going to call you.
Let me tell you something. Girl, if you don't call me,
I know.
I will hunt you down.
I know.
And I will sit on you. You hear me?
I know. Oh, you and I will be, this will be our situation.
Okay. Don't play with me. One of the things that I noticed too at Atlanta Night, because I was there Atlanta Night too, it was so deafening loud. Like it was so loud.
I was deaf for days.
It felt buzzing. Like I was buzzing.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes. I heard it. I felt like, especially when Jay-Z came out, which was so giant, because obviously we all saw that he came out in Paris. We all went all over TikTok and Instagram, watched all the clips, and we were like, man. And then I ran into a buddy of mine from high school in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium who was part of the crew who was shooting the movie. So they chose Atlanta to shoot the film.
Yes.
And he was saying to me that particular night that Jay showed up, like security was crazy. Like the guy who oversees all of security in Mercedes-Benz normally, I guess, had like climbed up some of the area, I guess, to like take some photos of the stage to pass around. And they literally sent him home because you're not even supposed to take photos before the show.
Yeah.
Hardcore. And so that sort of tipped me off. I'm like, I wonder if Jay-Z is popping out. But when he popped out, I mean, it was so loud. Even Beyonce, remember up on stage, she was like, I think Atlanta is the loudest.
Yes.
She's obviously got a lot of love for Atlanta too, you know?
She absolutely does. And then to do it 4 nights here, that was unheard of in Atlanta as well. That's never happened before. Yeah. Talk about the crowd, because I will say though, when I first saw her the first night in Vegas of the 2 shows she did there, the crowd didn't sound something to me. Now talk about the last night, because you were there. If you had to compare crowds.
I mean, I think there was some magic in the air. I mean, Oprah was in the building, you know, we were all standing down, and there's that sort of riser where you look for, you know, Mrs. Tina, and then you hear this like roar, and then you see Oprah, then you see Gail, then you see Kerry Washington, then you see Tyler Perry, then you see Kris Jenner and Khloe Kardashian. I mean, you know, it was one of those. And so I think like to know that there was true royalty in the building before the queen arrived was that added to it. I mean, I think Atlanta, if I'm being real, I think Atlanta was the loudest and most deafening. It was.
Yes, I agree.
But Vegas was special for just having Shabuzi and then Jay-Z and obviously, you know, Kelly and Michelle.
Yes. And I will say too, because even on night 2 where I was standing, you know, I was just so busy being in my just screamation. I did look up because I thought, oh yeah, that is the area where they sit. Now I didn't see Miss Tina night 2 in Atlanta, but I did see Steve Harvey, Marjorie Harvey, and Lori Harvey, and Marjorie and I, you know, have a pleasantry, and I was like, girl, I see you up there.
I was texting Gail. I was like,
baby, she was up there dancing and moving and grooving. It just was so special. So, girl, what have you been doing post Beyonce? Because I've been just listening to her
about to ask you
album.
The exact same thing. I was about to ask you the exact same thing. How do we?
The album.
I was on a plane. I was in Texas the last couple of days. All I can do in my downtime is just replay Cowboy Carter. I hear things I haven't heard before. Me too. I'm currently obsessed with the end of Two Hands to Heaven.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, baby. I've been waiting my whole life
for you and I. Oh, it's so sexy. God damn. So I've been doing that. I've then been Googling when we will find out about the next, which isn't until, if the smart fans on the internets are correct, it won't be until probably May of next year. Yeah. And so what I really want to know is how do we live life from where are we? This is like July, August, summer, next spring.
I think I have an unhealthy love for this woman. I'm like, I wonder what she's doing. Is she resting?
Is it unhealthy?
Is she sleeping? Like, does she miss us? We miss her.
I want to know what she's doing every day.
Me too.
I want to know what she's doing every day. I want to know, what is she eating for breakfast? What is she dreaming about? Are her and Jay cool? Or like, does she need like a beat? Does like the woman need a beat from everyone as she just like comes back into herself after giving all of herself to us for 3 months? You know, I really did appreciate seeing her and Jay on the stage the 2 times I saw, and I appreciated the affection and the kiss and the vibing, you know, and want to believe all of that is totally real, obviously. And and the
and
kids,
her children, the
kids.
Blue and Rumi, it was almost like it was Beyonce's show and great for Jay, but Blue and Rumi too, like I yelled for that child.
Yes.
Like I birthed her, and just a strange way that we basically are aunties to those 2 kids.
It's the collective auntie because we've watched her grow up. We know that I just finished Tina Knowles' book Matriarch, and she talks in the last third.
That book, did you read it or did you? Because I read it. I listened to her on audio.
Dang, I should have done that.
Here's the thing. I'm suggesting that you go back and listen to it on audio because it's amazing hearing her voice. And when I tell you, she has a way of putting you where she is, like when they're on the bus and just all of the things. And you get to hear Kelly before the book, Kelly, Beyonce, Solange, and I think her niece, Angie.
Yeah.
So you need to listen to it. I promise you. You're missing out, girl. You're missing out.
Thank you. I only just read it. And what was I going to say about Blue? I love that, you know, I think it was the Renaissance tour when Blue went to her mom and was like, I want to go out on stage. Yes. And Beyonce's her instinct was no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
All these dancers have worked their whole lives to earn this spot. She was like, little girl, like if you want to consider it, you have to work.
Yes.
You just can tell she has. And looking at Blue from Renaissance now to Cowboy Carter, it's amazing. She was 12. She just turned 13. She is so young.
I love that the way she came out, it was like, oh, what was said? I heard y'all was talking about me. Oh, somebody said something. Let me just shut that up and shut all that down. Yes. And that is what she has done.
Yes.
She's just amazing.
Yes. And I appreciate, I feel like as we talk about this theme of reclamation, which was the Cowboy Carter tour, to me, it was also like a reclamation of womanhood. And it was a lot of, you know, in all the videos and all the, you know, that they would play in between her various acts, various performances. It was Beyonce. It wasn't Beyonce and Jay. It was Beyonce and a little bit at the end of Beyonce, you know, growing up and certainly of her kids. Mm-hmm. She is so stepping into herself. And not to say anyone like needs, I mean, I love my man. I need my man, but it's like, she's got it all going on all by herself.
Yeah. What's higher than her? That's like nothing. Is there any section of the concert that was your favorite? Man. Any song that was your favorite?
I mean, I love Honey Buckin' when she gets on that. Tyrant when she gets on that bull. I love that. I just love the dancers. I love, I watched Pose on FX whenever that came out, just really fascinated by the ballroom culture and voguing in New York back in the 80s and 90s. And so to watch, like I follow Honey Balenciaga on Instagram, you know, these young guys, these voguers, I love that whole section when they come out and do their thing. It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to think. My favorite part, honestly, it's actually 2. It's when she first comes out. There's a lot of, and you don't see her face.
Yes.
Yeah, and when she said, look at that, and she looks at the camera, she swings it, and it's ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Look at
like that.
Ugh,
And then
yeah,
I like the part actually on the video screen where she's at the honky tonk or whatever. She takes the bottle, she cracks it over the lady's
yeah,
head. And then I love the section where she's like, I'm the biggest, the largest. And you see her just kind of
yes,
there. I love all of that.
yes.
But all of it's my favorite, really.
I
All of
also
it.
appreciated the Peep Show video.
Yes,
She plays
yes,
the stripper and she
yes.
plays the
The
man,
man looking.
masculine
Uh-huh.
person,
Mm-hmm.
and how she plays with gender. I
Yes.
thought that was hot.
Yeah, of course, I absolutely love that she brought the horse out with the spinner wheels in Atlanta and the horseshoe, how she was just kind of moving through the crowd.
Yes,
It was just
Beyonce.
phenomenal. And I found that you and I now can have a simpatico kind of relationship because now I really feel good having somebody to talk to about
I am
this.
here for you. I am
And
here.
I thank you.
I am here for you. If your friends cannot see you into your soul because of the all things Beyonce,
Yes.
anytime, text, call, write, carrier pigeon. I will always be here for you for that space. We have a long walk to go before
Yes.
we even get news about this next act. By the way, did they ever find the person who stole the laptop in
I
Atlanta?
don't know. That's a good question. I don't watch the news like I that. So. But that's a good question. Girl,
I
I
feel
don't
like we
know.
would know if they have.
Yeah, I think we would too. If I know Beyonce like I do, like you
Mm.
said, the movie, something will be coming to kind of hold us
Oh, right.
over.
Yes. Actually, you're
Yeah,
right. We'll have a film to watch.
we'll have something. Yeah,
Yeah. And we'll always have this, and we'll always have this, and we'll always have this, and and we'll have each
we'll
other.
have this.
It's
Absolutely.
important to reach out, and it's so fun to like have known you from the news, but really like we know where our priorities lie. I appreciate
Absolutely. I appreciate you too. And I appreciate you being willing to come on and do this. This is so much fun. And hopefully, for the people who are watching it, this will give you some level of solace and comfort just to know that you're not alone. And all of us are having Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour withdrawals. So we're in
Joy
a support
is an
group.
act of resistance, y'all. Joy is an act of resistance in these crazy ass times.
Ain't it though? Ain't it though? Brooke, thank you so much.